In this video, I'll be showing you how to paint dwarves for Heroquest and other tabletop board games. Like with the other miniatures, I first primed it with Skull White GW primer. I wanted to start with his gloves, so I painted those with Mournfang Brown. For his skin, I used Cadian Flesh Tone. I was very messy with this, and it went on the main part of his face, his mouth, within the beard, and on the two ears that are poking out from behind the helmet. Then I painted the boots with Doombow Brown. On this particular model, it looks like the boots go all the way up to the torso, so you don't have to worry about pants. It looks like the new model has exposed legs as well between the boots and the torso. I decided to paint his sleeves red with Wazdakka Red, as I'm following this color scheme from Sketch 4566. Next, I applied Lead Belcher to the helmet, shoulder pads,
and my axe.
Gorthor Brown was used for the belt around his waist, and the beard actually goes over top of the belt. This means that you really only need to paint it at the front and then on his back. To make the Chainmail shirt appear as if it was made of mithril, I used a combination of Templeguard Blue and Ironbreaker. First, I put the blue on the Chainmail and let it dry. Then I simply brushed on Ironbreaker in small amounts until I felt as if the blue became shiny enough to look like a stylized mithril. Administratum Grey went to the beard and the hair, but it doesn't look all too different from the white primer. You also can't forget the eyebrows that are poking out from beneath the helmet. To make the armor look significantly cooler, I painted the trim and triangles below the chainmail with Hachette Copper. The raised areas on the miniature serve as the guide for where the trim goes, including on the top of the helmet. After that, I began work on the axe handle. Lead Belcher went on the three widest sections of the handle. XV88 was put onto the two thinnest portions of the axe handle, the section that I'm working on now and the one closest to the blade. What I did next was give color to the pouch on his back with Dryad Bark. This came out to be very dark, so feel free to do some edge highlighting and make it stand out much better. The belt buckle and the two metal bands on the axe handle were given color with Brass Scorpion. From far away, the belt buckle looks like the same color as the triangles below the belt, so maybe a silver would have been a better choice. Because I wanted to, I put some dots of Lead Belcher to act like buttons on the pouch. Next, Balthazar Gold was applied to the metal bands in his beard, and on the symbol of both sides of the axe head. Then I thought that it was time to move on to the base. I spread PVA glue onto the base, sprinkled on some of these small rocks, and dunked it into the same sandy soil as the Barbarian. On all of the skin areas, I put on Reichland Flesh Shade to darken them a little bit. Now it's time for my favorite part, adding more shades. This time I chose only Agrax Earthshade, and this went over the entire model. Adding eyes is optional for a tabletop quality mini, but because I did it on the Barbarian, I'll do it for all the heroes. White Scar and Abaddon Black are my colors of choice. Just like last time, I used a small brush and went slowly and carefully to get a good result. I learned from the Barbarian to do the eyes after the shade, otherwise only the pupils will be left. And the final step is really just making the edges of the base black to match the rest of the set. And here is your finished dwarf. He was fun to paint and looks like he'd be perfect to run the forges, go far over the misty mountains cold, or crack open some orc skulls. I especially like the mithril armor that I gave to him. Thank you everyone so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please do give me a like and a sub, because that really helps me out. And I'll see you all in my next video. Goodbye.